So I'm just going to get started and let you know what the agenda is going to look like for today. So this is our April Thrive Resource Room. We're going to go through quick introductions, and I'm going to hand it off to our first speaker. And then we'll receive some presentations about a few resources and how to engage with them, how to interact with them. And then I'll give a quick presentation about Thrive and kind of our programs that are going on right now and talk a little bit about Thrive membership. So today's speakers include Robert Skelton, who's the Corporate and Community Relations Manager for Rebuilding Together Peninsula. He's going to give an overview of the offerings for Rebuilding Together and basically how to engage with those opportunities for your organization. And then I'm going to hand it over to Margi Power, who's here from Leadership Council, San Mateo County. She's the co-founder and co-president, and she's going to talk about some leadership opportunities for nonprofits. And then Sarah Kluger is our last speaker, and she is a Youth First Fellow from the Jewish Family and Children's Services Youth First program, and she's going to be talking about that program. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to Robert, and I have your slides pulled up here as well. So thank you.
Thank you, and apologies to everyone that I have the wrong date on that first slide. So we'd initially scheduled the resource room last month, but happy to be here today. So we will talk about neighbors helping neighbors today on April 5th. And then the next slide. So Rebuilding Together Peninsula is one of the largest affiliates of a national effort called Rebuilding Together. We have been in service since 1989, and you may know us as the organization that helps repair homes for homeowners in distress and in financial need. So we serve all of San Mateo County. We do a little bit of work into Santa Clara County as well. But we are looking for, typically we look for homeowners that are in financial distress and have overlooked critical safety repairs in their home. And that means a lot of accessibility modifications. We do wheelchair ramp installations, we do grab bars, we do floor repair, roofing repair for homeowners that don't have the means to do these critical safety repairs on their own. Typically, the homeowners that we serve are seniors, they're veterans, they have family members who have disabilities, and that's where their medical bills are going. So we've been doing that, like I said, since 1989, and we service most of our projects on Rebuilding Day, which is coming up on April 30th. It is National Rebuilding Day. April is National Rebuilding Month. So pay attention and keep your eyes open to different projects that may be happening around your area, especially on Saturday the 30th. And we also do a Fall Rebuilding Day in the middle of October. In addition to the homes that we do, which we do about, on each Rebuilding Day, we do about 25 homes. And then we also service throughout the year, we service 150 homes on smaller projects in our Safe at Home program. But what I'm talking to you about today is the fact that we also serve community facilities, and we serve nonprofit service organization locations. So in addition to the homes, we also look for community facilities that similarly serve a low-income community. And we have a strong history of incorporating facilities into our renovation and repair work on our rebuilding days. So on April 30th, in addition to the homes that we're doing, we're also going to be doing 5 community facilities. We have a couple of schools, preschools, community centers that we're working on. Looking ahead to October, we'd love to explore other facilities that might have needs. And the type of facilities that we look for are daycares, health services, shelters, community organizations. So just reaching out through Thrive to the network here, if you guys are in a facility that needs repairs and renovations, we want to talk to you. And we service those repairs through our sponsorship model, which provides a team of volunteers, which can be very skilled, construction skilled volunteers, or they can be relatively unskilled if all you need is a coat of paint and some fence straightening and some landscaping. We can do that, and we can find a volunteer team to help you with that. Next slide. So the picture you see there is a preschool in Redwood City that we helped. It's in a residential neighborhood, and this woman, Maria, runs a preschool out of her home, and that's an example of a facility that we helped. That fence is from us. Some of that cleaned up landscaping is from us. Behind the fence, right in front of the building, underneath that white and red sign, there's a little gate structure that's from us as well. So that's a good example of the type of work that we can do. So landscaping, painting, that can be interior, it can be exterior. We were just in a high school and we walked into the gym, and the poor gym teacher had his cubicle in the supply room. And one of our projects is, let's build you a better cubicle. And they had visions of sticking another person next to the coach in the supply room without any separation there. So we endeavored to create more cubicle space and put some organization and some shelving to kind of create some separation in that workspace. We do fencing, we do gate repairs, and we have some history of doing upgrades to kitchens and lounges and bathrooms. And the bigger the project is, the more volunteers we will find, and we'll try to help you. So finding community facilities that need our help has always been a challenge. So again, if you guys are interested and have repairs, it doesn't have to be particularly in-depth repairs. It could be just a fresh coat of paint, like I said. We'd love to talk to you about it. So, and then the next slide. This is just our contact information. So that's our team there, ready to assist and try to get some workers and volunteers on your site to help rebuild and renovate and repair. So visit us at rebuildingtogetherpeninsula.org and go to the Apply for Repairs tab. And for more information, my name is Robert, and I can be reached at robert@rtpeninsula.org. And there's our phone number to get the main office. So happy to answer any questions that anybody has along the way in the future, and looking forward to meeting you guys on a project site. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Robert. If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute. And as we're going through presentations, feel free to drop your questions in the chat as well. All right, if there's no questions, I'll hand it over to Margi and we can discuss some leadership opportunities.
Great, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to put our website in the chat that has a wealth of information on it, and I will share some slides with you. I will go through them somewhat quickly because there's a lot to cover. We are a countywide cross-sector leadership development nonprofit. And this is really our mission statement. We believe communities are stronger when a diversity of leaders are connected, knowledgeable, and targeted in their efforts to create positive change. So what's unique about us is we have 3 sectors in one room learning together about what's going on in the county, the issues and challenges, and what the opportunities are for solving those challenges. So that's really the magic of the programs we run. Usually people are siloed in their sector, and this is an opportunity to really learn with other sectors. And also we are countywide, so we've got we're serving all 20 cities, and it's also an opportunity to strengthen relationships throughout the county. So in bold there, it says it all: we elevate and empower countywide leadership talent, and our participation in our programs represent the diversity of San Mateo County. And our vision is to strengthen the relationships across all communities in the county, increase the trust, especially between communities and government and the private sector. We want to diversify city and county leadership at all levels, empower people who right now might be leading in their own community but aren't quite sure where the on-ramp is, to increase their impact throughout the county, and ultimately have our 20 communities working better together. A lot of good work is already being done, and we want to build on that. So why Leadership Council San Mateo County? We are countywide, cross-sector. We have a deep commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and empowerment. We are led by a diverse board and advisory council with committed resources, expertise. We focus on essential skills, which are the hard to teach skills, team building, engendering trust, for example. And we have been working, oh, I see we're missing a D there. We're working with some expert curriculum developers to create our programs. So we have 3 pillars: leadership immersion programs, which are 2 10-month programs, one for senior leaders and one for emerging leaders. And they are focused on civic understanding, leadership skills, and relationship development. The second pillar is Leadership Council Learning. So we offer trainings and speaker events throughout the year. We're really trying to democratize leadership development and make it open to everyone. And then finally, we have an online platform, a closed platform, which will become an online community for leaders throughout the county. And that'll be launching in the fall. So here are the 3 components of our programs, as I mentioned. We have 2 programs. Leadership Core is for senior leaders. We're running our first class right now of senior leaders, and then we're launching a new program for emerging leaders. These are the rising stars, the self-starters, who are really looking to create a peer network of relationships throughout the county. Both programs include 9 learning days. They're led by leaders from around the county in all 3 sectors. And the main difference is that they're different targeted peer groups. And for the emerging leaders, there's a deeper focus on leadership skills. So a few more, we have lots more information. I have program overviews of each if you'd like more information. The benefits for the nonprofit sector are really deepening the relationships and the understanding of stakeholder needs, really building on leadership skills, and collaborating with the other sectors, the public sector and the private sector, and just a great way to advance your personal purpose and find pathways to increase your contribution. And we find that if you empower people with the knowledge, the skills, and the network, it really elevates their ability to create an impact, and it's really inspiring. And then we do have some events coming up. We're working with Thrive on a candidate forum for District 3. That's Don Horsley's district. He's terming out, so that will be the 21st. It's actually going to be till 8:30 p.m. Need to update that. And then we have Empowering Your Team workshop on the 22nd, which will be led by Genentech internal leadership coaches. And that's just over Zoom, over lunch. You can grab lunch and plug into that. They've developed a curriculum that is really tangible on how you make sure that your team is teed up for success. So we're looking forward to that. And then we are looking for ways to partner and sponsor. There's lots of information on our website. Sponsors do get to reserve a spot in the class, one of the classes. And that's it. So my co-president is Karen Hardy, and this is our email. There's lots more information on our website. So I'm happy to answer any questions. And right now the applications are open. The deadline for both programs is May 2nd. So we're in active recruiting mode. So thank you.
Thank you so much. If there aren't any questions, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Sarah. And again, feel free to put any questions in the chat as well.
Thank you, Kirsten. So I'm Sarah Kluger. I'm a Correct Fellow at Jewish Family and Children's Services. JFCS is a social services organization that helps families and individuals with solving problems in their lives. I work in the Center for Children and Youth department, specifically in Youth First, which is the teen arm of our department. I came here today to see if any of you would be interested in having an ambitious and motivated high school intern for 20 hours per week for 6 weeks this summer at no cost to you. We would love for nonprofits to be able to invest in the teens we have interviewed, and they're really awesome, while also getting some extra help around your organization. If you're interested to host one of our amazing interns, I'm putting a link to our flyer in the chat box. I'll put it in after I finish. And you can chat with my colleague Natan on his appointment, which I'll also put in the chat box. And if you could let us know if you're interested by the end of this week or next week, that would be fantastic, because we'd like to match the interns and orgs as soon as possible. I'll go ahead and put the stuff in the chat box right now. I don't know how the flyer is going to get there, but let's see. Hopefully this link for the flyer will work.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to quickly share my screen again and talk a little bit about Thrive and our programs and membership offerings. So if you're new to Thrive, or if you don't know much about us, we are a cross-sector organization, meaning we work with entities and organizations across all different sectors, so government, foundations, individuals, but specifically we work primarily with nonprofits, and our mission is to empower nonprofits to thrive. We do this in a few different ways, and our goals are essentially to strengthen people, organization, and communities. And we do that through our capacity building programs, cross-sector collaboration, and policy and advocacy. So some examples of what that looks like. We offer a number of Thrive action groups. So children education and environment sustainability are two of our main programs that we offer monthly right now. And essentially that gives a space for members of the community, leadership members, nonprofits to come and talk about current issues and sort of timely matters, and bounce ideas off of each other, and just be in what's been a virtual room for the last couple of years and talk amongst peers. We also do a lot of cross-sector collaboration. So we hold town halls pretty regularly. We also offer Thrive Leadership Circle luncheons, which is for executive directors and CEOs of nonprofits to come and again talk amongst peers. And we're actually having an in-person leadership circle luncheon towards the end of April, on April 26th. So if you know of any nonprofit EDs or CEOs that might be interested in that, that'll be an opportunity for them to come and actually eat and physically be in the presence of other peers. And then in terms of nonprofit capacity building, we offer a number of programs there. On Board is one example. It's a matching event and workshop for engaging with board members for nonprofits and sort of matching with the right one for your organization. And then something sort of new right now is our Strategic Alliances initiative. And that's something that we're going to talk a lot about at that upcoming leadership circle luncheon on the 26th. But essentially we surveyed the nonprofit sector in San Mateo County and got a lot of really valuable information about kind of what the challenges are and ideas and next steps for moving forward. And we've done a few things in that realm as well that we're going to go into detail about at that LCL. So another couple of examples, our CCAT's COVID-19 Community Action Teams program. That's something that we work very closely with the Office of Community Affairs of San Mateo County. And we essentially act as sort of a liaison and director for 30 other nonprofit organizations who are doing direct outreach for COVID-19 in the community. And then our COAD is, again, a new thing. This is Community Organizations Active in Disaster. So we're working with a number of other organizations who are interested in sort of acting as point of contact or general service provider during disasters or emergencies, and having foundations and planning in place for emergencies and disasters as well. So upcoming events that I'd like to talk about, one of them being tomorrow at 7 p.m. This is our District 15 Congressional Candidate Climate and Environment Forum. And this is going to, so the California primary election is on June 7th, and several candidates are going to be running to replace Jackie Spear, who is retiring at the end of her current term. So this forum is going to be an opportunity for candidates to answer questions and talk about policies related to climate change and the environment. And so we're going to be hearing about a number of climate issues, including drought and wildfires, sea level rise, and how they plan to address those challenges. And then on the 13th, we have our voter outreach training, and this is going to entail a lot of information about our election education toolkit. So that's a toolkit that we have open and available to any organizations who are interested in engaging with the community and offering that to community leaders. And this will be a toolkit that's available in English and Spanish, and $1,500 of a stipend will also be available for partner organizations. And essentially this event will be an opportunity to kind of learn what, where, when, and why to engage with potential voters, and everyone is welcome. And again, everyone is welcome to our VOC meetings. These are our Voter Education Outreach Advisory Committee meetings. This next one on the 20th will be about strategizing about elections outreach and sharing plans. And then upcoming as well, we have another in-person Earth Day social. So Earth Month, Earth Day is coming up, and at Twin Pines Park, we're gonna have vegan treats and drinks, and everyone is welcome to engage with the environment and sustainability community. And then we have a number of candidate forums coming up. On May 12th, we have the Sheriff Candidate Forum, and this is an important forum. The sheriff position is incredibly important and is responsible for a lot in the county. So this is we'll have Carlos Balanos, who's the current sheriff of San Mateo County, and Christina Corpus, who's the chief of police services for the city of Millbrae. And they're going to come and speak, and this will be an opportunity to meet them and learn more about this position and how to vote for this position. So I want to talk a little bit about Thrive membership. So these are a few examples of some of the benefits of Thrive membership. So our newsletters go out very regularly. This first one, Thrive Weekly, is a weekly newsletter, and that's where we provide a lot of community announcements as well as Thrive announcements. And this is open to any organization who wants to include an announcement in our weekly newsletter, but there is a small fee for non-members, and anyone who's a Thrive member can access this opportunity for free. Thrive Star is more of a quarterly newsletter. That's where we offer a lot of updates about sort of programmatic updates on Thrive and kind of what's been going on in our organization. And then job board is exactly what it sounds like. And again, this is something that we offer to any organization who wants to post on our website and include their job posting in our newsletter. But there is a small fee for non-members, and for Thrive members, it's free. And policy and advocacy, this newsletter comes out monthly, and it again is exactly what it sounds like, everything policy and advocacy related, and all of our Thrive policy programs as well. So some of our other community benefits on a more broad scope entail networking, collaboration, growth, promoting what's important, like those newsletters, advertising your job openings, partnering for success, and advocating for your cause. And then here are just some other examples of kind of what Thrive membership looks like. So I talked about that leadership circle luncheon earlier for EDs and CEOs of nonprofits. We also offer exclusive roundtable discussions pretty regularly, and these are focused on timely topics or issues for nonprofits and business collaborations. And then we also offer a number of complimentary discounts, including HR and operations services. Employee recruitment, as I mentioned, with the job board. Then we also have our career summit and job fair. And then our newsletters, like I mentioned, and board recruitment, like I mentioned earlier, with the onboard match events and workshops. And that's about it.